Today's topic is this. Somebody burned a Qu'ran somewhere, and then some other people decided that they were going to kill a bunch of people.
Idiots. And didn't they storm what was it, an embassy in one of or the UN embassy in
Kandahar, Afghanistan.
Again, that's right. It was the UN building, right, and some workers.
They tried to storm the UN building there, but they mainly just got a bunch of civilians and stuff that were just pandering around. But the protesters were non-violent, quote unquote. It was supposed to be a peaceful protest, and of course, that led to them setting fire to schools and other things. But it was a peaceful protest. It just got, I guess, out of hand.
Now, is this finally one of these cases where that they've done this, that they're like, this is for Allah, this is for Islam, Muslims are intolerant and hateful and have no sense of humor with their religion and are murderous barbarians? Or is this still another oopsie-daisy, backwards individuals that has nothing to do with Islam, has nothing to do with the Quran? These are just a few rogue people on their own, taking nothing from the religious book, taking nothing from the teachings of Muhammad. They're just accidental Jeffrey Dahmer, chemically effed up people. Which one is it? Again, which one is it? Because I'm calling out, of course, this is Muslim, this is jihadist, this is Islam, but it's never what Muslim people say it is.
Well, wouldn't people say, but Islam is a religion of peace.
Exactly. The way that the whole situation started with the protests and all, the president over there had stated that he heard that they were going to burn a Quran, so to speak, and he decided it would be a good political thing for him to just express his outrage and say that, we should unite and we should protest against this. Well, that kind of backfired a little bit, and a lot of people were either killed or seriously injured in the process, but there was a lot of reports that were going on saying that there was a lot of Taliban antagonists that were in league with the protesters to try to, just agitate things. The pastor that actually burned that Quran, it was funny how that went down, because he's the same guy that said he was going to burn one last year, and he decided at the last minute to not do it. But it's funny to me at how it came about that they actually went ahead and burnt the Quran last week. Was they put the Quran itself on trial.
They put the Quran on trial.
They put a religious book on trial and said that it was found guilty of causing rape and murder and all this other stuff. So we're finding it guilty, and therefore it is burned.
Well, to me, it would seem to me that the people in the place who killed the people because of the burning, that those people, that if one action and equal action, it would have been to put the Bible on trial.
Exactly. I mean, that's a logical thing to do. It's like, okay, you want to put our book on trial, why don't we put one of your mainstream books on trial, so to speak? I mean, I'd say that'd be a fair, peaceful way to go about doing that.
Is there some way that we can ransom the Quran and set up a webcam in a field, dangle a couple of Qurans from a tree over a fire pit, and then send that video out onto the web and say, we're going to lower these Qurans into the fire pit unless, somebody pays for our schools to get fixed or health care.
Yeah.
Or, if it's so serious to them, is there anything else we can do with this Quran burning? It's like, geez. It seems like people wanting to maintain the idea that these ancient books have some sort of relevance today, or some sort of real truth, everybody defends them for some reason. I don't understand it. Like when the guy said he was going to burn it last year, these imams contacted him, went and visited him. President Obama called him to try to talk him down, this and that. And we're like, well, why didn't President Obama call him and say, go ahead and burn that wood pulp and ink? It's full of fantasies, and here's Aesop's fables, and here's Mother Goose rhymes, and here's the Brothers Grimm.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, because when did give me liberty or give me death, and this kind of attitude, when did it die out completely? I mean, if I was President Obama, I would have called that guy and said, sir, obviously you're riling people up. Obviously you're being controversial. I don't know how much you believe in really what you're doing or not, but here's the deal. If you burn that Quran in this country, you will be defended to the full extent of our law, because the First Amendment and the Constitution says you get to burn that book. So if you do it, understand that in this country, we will defend you with everything we have, but understand what kind of decision you're making.
Yep.
But don't think that it is not okay to do in this country, because it is. And that okayness is why we have over, 1,600 mosques in this country.
The reason why there are so many mosques is because you don't have to pay property taxes on religion things.
True.
So why wouldn't they get a whole bunch of motherfucking property?
That's true.
If Robert Green Ingersoll said that if churches don't pay property taxes, then we are all paying the salary of the priest. That goes for the priest, the imam, the bishop, the preacher, the reverend.
They got a free ride.
The Bhagwan, whatever.
That's the most popular form of welfare. That's how I see it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see how the Tea Party and
all the teabaggers.
Yeah, and I don't see how those and the libertarians aren't arguing for that shit.
Well, like I said, how do we get to this point when we don't fight anymore? It's okay to just tell us something. The British, I'm sure the British said, this is going to be drama for you guys if you try to get your independence, right? I'm sure the British said that. We'll send the most powerful navy on the planet and crush you if you try to fight for your independence. Guess what? We decided, fuck it, let's try. We heard your shit, and let's do it. And so, for some reason, though, nowadays, when these Muslim extremists, or Muslims in general, every religious person is an extremist. Every believer is a fundamentalist. I'm sorry. You can't find gray area in saying, I believe there's a ghost in the sky that listens to my prayers that created the universe, but that other guy over there is a fundamentalist.
Definitely. I mean,
you're right. Man in the sky people are all man in the sky people. It's all the same.
So when these people say, if you're going to burn a book or do something, if the latest one, which was real, which was almost too real, that it really upset me that it sounds like we're all in the military here. You mentioned Iraq. I was in the Marine Corps way back, though, in '88. And it would seem that when the cartoon was drawn from the Danish cartoon of showing Muhammad, whatever. I think he had a turban that was a bomb on his head, or some goofiness. And so they said, if you show this cartoon, America, anybody, that's you, CNN, you fucking pussies, Fox News, you bunch of faggots, NBC, ABC, don't even think that you're going to show this. Fuck your Constitution, fuck the First Amendment, fuck the Marine Corps, fuck our military. If any of you show this cartoon, we're going to take down your country. Guess who showed it? Nobody. Not Jon Stewart, not Colbert, not South Park. Nobody. We spread our assholes and took that reaming, and somehow I'm supposed to wave the red, white, and blue? How? When somebody can make a phone call from another country and say, hey bitches, if you show a fucking drawing, it's on.
It is some paper with ink on it that's bound. And for someone to think for a second that because someone across the world put match to a book, then you get to kill somebody over there? Hey, you were waiting to kill somebody. Ain't that right, Tina?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Qu'ran, the Bible, any book, any printed word really is just wood pulp and ink. And wood pulp, to me, I mean, if you burn the Qu'ran, it's just like burning a roll of toilet paper. It's just that toilet paper I haven't shit on, but the Qu'ran has shit in it. Yeah, so...
the Bible is equally as shitty. Just let them know that it's full of shit.
Yep.
Yeah. And so, but another level is when we talk about burning the Qu'ran and I can't believe people would murder for burning a book. Well, let's keep going what they would murder for. They would murder a woman trying to read. They would murder a woman who they thought wasn't a virgin on her wedding night.
They would murder anybody
who tries to leave the religion. Apostasy.
They'd murder somebody who showed a fucking calf.
Yep.
Yeah, it's all death. It's all death for these MFs.
But you know what, there, James? The Bible has the same fucking rules in it, man. In the Bible, it does say that if your daughter is not a virgin on her wedding night, the father is supposed to kill her.
Yep.
The levels of what they believe is right and wrong are so evil and wicked that it boggles the mind that people find, human beings can find ways around these stories and sort of cherry pick the parts of the books that they want to believe in and believe in them.
You're right, because cherry picking the Bible is or any of these religious books is some of the corniest shit around, because you're cherry picking around shit that you've already figured out that you don't believe in. Then really what you need to do is get you a new motherfucking book.
Yeah, I'll say go to a Batman books.
Yeah. I mean,
there you go.
You talk about morality and good living and how to treat each other. There's all kinds of authors that'll tell you better stories and parables than any of the religious books. Mark Twain will teach you how to treat people better than any of the religious books.
Absolutely.
And people talk about these books as the end-all, be-all moral compasses for our lives. And, that's what's so horrible when Obama said, hey, don't burn the Qu'ran. It's like, Obama, he married a 6-year-old. Muhammad married a 6-year-old, right? So you got an issue with a book where a man is fucking a child? That's something not to burn? I don't understand it. I don't get it. You can burn a book. If my son said, hey, Dad, I need to start a fire, can I use this book? Hey, don't burn books. Oh, it's that book where this man's fucking a baby. Oh, fuck, burn that book. I didn't know it. Yeah. Hey, son, in fact, go through our library. You can burn every book where someone's fucking kids. How about that?
There you go.
That would include the Bible as well. Yeah.
What? No, don't burn it. Smart people, cap and gown people, all defended the Qu'ran. It blows me away. I don't know. I don't know where to go because I'm not smart like that. I don't have multiple degrees in theology from Oxford and Cambridge, and I'm so glad I didn't go to those schools.